Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Jen from Starshell Communications and this is my video all about how to create a content marketing strategy. In the last video we looked at what a content marketing is, so by the end of this video you'll have a clear and action plan of how to create your own strategy for content marketing. Before we begin, let's just have a quick chat about why we need to have a content marketing strategy. Because without a strategy, you're just creating content and throwing it out there in the wind, and none of it's going to stick. You need to have a proper strategy of what it is that you want to achieve and how you're going to get there, so that every bit of content that you create is working towards that goal. So the first step that I would always do is to define your goals. This is what do you want to actually achieve from your content. Make sure that your goals are SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. This means that you have a clear goal, and if you put a time on it, then you will know if it has worked by that point or if it's time to move on and try something different. Next, I'd always suggest identifying your target audience. This is exactly the sort of person that you want to work with when you're making your content. This could be the ideal persona of somebody. Maybe you've got a name, what they do, what their family is like, and you talk to that person every time you create your content. Or maybe you've just got an idea of the sort of person that you like. Either way, you need to have a clear idea of who it is that you're selling to in order to create the right content. Now, my favorite bit, the next step, planning out your content. I would get a big piece of paper or perhaps print off a calendar from the internet and plan out what it is you're going to create in what order and what days. So perhaps on a Monday, you do a story, and on a Wednesday, you create a YouTube video. Maybe at the weekend, you send an email, and then maybe you produce a blog in between. Whatever works for you and how you're likely to get the information out there. Now, the next step is to actually create and distribute your content. Now, I'm a big fan of repurposing content. So if you've made a YouTube video, chop it up and use it as reels. If you've got a blog, perhaps record it as a video, or maybe take out the key points from the blog and make them into graphics that you can post to Instagram and Facebook. Don't just make the same bit of content over and over again. Reuse and recycle your content. This will help save you time and effort when you're creating the content, and you'll never run out of ideas. And as always, the last step is to track and measure your results. I've got a brilliant spreadsheet that I use every month that I update with how many Instagram followers I've got, how many posts I made, how many stories I've done. This way I can see if I'm progressing or not throughout the year on my calendar. Now, for you, you might have different goals that you want to track. Perhaps you want to track engagement rate if you're looking for sponsors, or maybe you want to track listeners if you have a podcast. Whatever measurables it is that you want to do, make sure you record them at the start and end of every month. And of course, don't forget that if the stats aren't going in the right direction, adapt and improve. So to wrap this video up, understanding your client and what it is that they have problems for when you're creating your content will really help produce the right content at the right time for them. You need to make sure that you're distributing it effectively across the right channels and reusing the content as you create it, and tracking your results at least monthly, if not weekly, so that you know exactly what's working and what isn't. If you found this video helpful, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'm going to have a whole series of videos on content marketing, so if you click the bell notification, you'll be told exactly when I upload them. If you've got any questions or thoughts, drop them below in the comments section, or all my contact details are there if you'd like to get in touch. Thanks for watching. I'm Jen from Starshell Communications.